Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Darius from DariusCooks.tv. Now, one of my favorite, like most absolute favorite meals ever is a steaming, piping hot bowl of shrimp and grits. And I don't care how you slice it and dice it, I love it. But since I'm doing keto, can't really have the grits. So I've got an alternative that you're going to hopefully enjoy with a little bit of Hennessy for the culture, right? So this is my white Hennessy shrimp and grits. Let's get started, all right? First thing is, so I got a couple of cloves of garlic, and I just wanna like slice the garlic. I think when you slice it down, it looks really pretty that way. All right, on the stove, I have a skillet getting nice and hot, and I'm gonna start to get some flavor in that skillet by adding in some onion, bell pepper, celery, and the garlic, because that's what you do when you're having a little bit of shrimp and grits as the sauce, right? So, got some avocado oil, that's gonna go down. All right, in go the veggies. And the garlic. All right, let's do a little bit of salt and pepper in here. So there's a little bit of pepper. And I got a little bit of salt to get started. All right, we'll give this a toss. There we go. And we'll let that hang out. All right, I've got some cauliflower. I'm just gonna drop this in boiling water and let it get a little soft, and then this will be the base for our grits. All right, so I've got some bone broth, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and add the bone broth in. If you can't find bone broth, don't worry about it. Chicken stock will work just as fine. So I'm gonna add some of this right into the base of our pan to get our sauce ready. And let's go ahead and season this bone broth with some really delicious flavor. First of all, I've got a little bit of granulated garlic to kind of bump up that garlic flavor, right? To make it a little spicy, give it a little personality, I've got a little bit of red pepper flake in there. One of my faves is just a little bit of herbes de Provence. And then check this out, bourbon smoked paprika is really good. A little pinch of that goes in for some smoky flavor. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drop in some fresh thyme. I'm just gonna pull the leaves right off the stem so it can sort of perfume that sauce as it reduces down. All right, one of the things that makes this really good is gonna be the addition of a few drops of white Hennessy. Yes. And we'll do just a swirl of heavy cream right into that sauce. We'll crank that heat up and let that sort of reduce, get nice and thick, and then we'll add the shrimp. Meanwhile, this is what I mean. Look at this. We've got the cauliflower, right? It's just sort of cooked a little bit through. It's still sort of hard. That's exactly what we want. All right, so I have the cauliflower. I can drain this off right in the sink. And then right into our blender, we can add the cauliflower. All right, so in go the cauliflower, and I'm gonna add in mascarpone cheese. If you don't have mascarpone cheese, cream cheese will work just fine. So along with that, I've also got a little bit of butter, because that's gonna go really well in here too. We have to season it, just do a little pinch of salt, got a little pinch of black pepper. Let's do a little bit of that granulated garlic powder, and then I've got a little bit of heavy cream to help finish off. All right, we can always add more if we need it, but let's put this on. It's like the perfect consistency of like super creamy grits. Look at that, right? And this is why when you cook it down, you don't make it all the way soft, because you want to have it like the texture of grits or very similar to that texture. All right, we'll put this back on the stove and let's let it heat through until we're ready to finish up. But look at that, cauliflower grits. Can you believe it? I know, it's crazy. All right, and so speaking of finishing up, look at this. Our sauce is like reducing down nicely. Let's do this. Let's add a little bit of butter to the sauce, huh? This is how we're gonna finish it. And then we'll just cook the shrimp right in this sauce so it kind of just poaches through. So we'll swirl that in. Look at that. All right, that looks really good. Jumbo shrimp. These go in just until they're just cooked through. All right, and the last thing I want to do just to get ready, because the kitchen smells good, the shrimp are gonna be cooked perfectly, those grits are gonna taste good, is I got a little fresh scallion that we'll just kind of chop up and get ready to put right on top. All right, so the shrimp have been cooking, and I know that because they smell absolutely divine over here. Look at that. So you just cook the shrimp right in the sauce just until the shrimp are sort of cooked all the way through, which is really, really nice. They pick up all that lovely flavor. And then don't forget, we've also got our cauliflower grits. Can you believe it? Dish up a little plate. We'll put the grits on the bottom. Then I'm gonna add some sauce on top. And then we'll finish off by just adding the shrimp right on top of that. Right, and then we'll just top this with a little bit of fresh chopped scallion that we just did. All right, let me go in for a taste because somebody's got to do it. Look at this, steaming hot. We've got the cauliflower grits with the heavy cream. The key is don't overcook the cauliflower, right? That way when you post it, it's still got a little bit of texture going on, and that's what's gonna give you that really sort of grit-like taste. I've got the shrimp and the sauce. Let me see. Let me see. Listen, in the back of this is that white Hennessy swirling throughout here. This is really good. And it won't throw you out of ketosis. I know. You gotta give it a try. Recipes like this, you know where they're gonna be. On my website, DariusCooks.tv. There's two things I wanna tell you, as I always do, right? Food is my life. That's my food. Until next time, I gotta wish you a happy cooking. From my heart to yours. Bye, y'all.